Yun, magandang tanghali. Ako po si Trixie Cruz-Angeles. Ito ang LUMINOUS. Pakisabi na lang po kung meron tayong audio. At binabati ko po lahat ng nanonood ngayon at saka lahat ng manonood sa atin sa replay or not replay, later on video. So magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. Kanina po medyo napag-usapan natin saglit at kagabi sa TikTok, saglit din. Meron tayong TikTok on the movements dito sa Kongreso. So medyo it's very interesting na yung mga galawan. So as we know, uh, former President Gloria Arroyo is a stalwart. Kumbaga haligyan ng lakas NUCD. Hi kay Mers, kay Stormy, kay Ma'am Bernarda. Magandang tanghali po. So, si Mrs. Arroyo is still deemed quite a formidable force. After all, nung when she was president, she was what? President for 9 years. Tapos, she has projected herself as a very strong person, strong leader, and so on. So, binabasa ko ngayon din yung mga comments dun sa aming TikTok last night at saka dun sa ating, what do you call this, sa ating mga posts. Kasi kagabi lang nangyari sa Kongreso. O for those na medyo catching up dito sa balita, last night, bumoto ang Kongreso based on a motion na um, ibaba to deputy. I think this is the kindest way to say it, no? Gawing deputy speaker na lang si senior deputy speaker Gloria Arroyo. Naku, patulog na daw si Ma'am Clarin sa Toronto. Makakatulugan ko naman ang live niya. At maaga pasok. Naku, pasensya na po. May replay naman po. Kaya lang I had an earlier appointment and in fact, I'm going to another one. Kaya pasensya na, ito pa lang ito yung oras natin to do this. Alright, so let's continue. Now, she's one of the senior members, one of the senior officials of Lakas. She was instrumental in creating the Unity tandem na bringing popular as far as we know, no, that she was the one who helped link up Vice President Inday Sara, at the time candidate Inday Sara, with candidate BBM to help create the Unity team. Okay, di pa po tapos, late ako, papunta pa lang ako sa Mount Fuji, Sir Francis. Medyo I had to do something before going there. Nauna na nga si na Boss Conrad sakto, tapos na daw yung K-drama ni Kuya Rhea. Okay. So, um, as far as we know, she still exercises leadership. Kaya nga siya yung ginawang senior deputy speaker. Ang pagkaintindi din, after elections, the rumor or the strongly held belief at the time was ang magiging speaker ay si Mrs. Arroyo, si Congressman Arroyo. But eventually it turned out na si Congressman Martin Romualdez, the president's cousin, ang naging speaker. Now, this one on the part of of BBM and family, I understand why they would want somebody who is a relative to be the speaker of the house. Pero medyo lang, parang palaisipan lang sa ibang mga tao thinking na, well, nobody expected na pinsan nga yung magiging speaker. And then, of course, after lahat ng ugong na si GMA nga ang magiging speaker. Okay, fast forward to last night, nakakabigla kasi ang pumalit sa kanya is also a congressman from Pampanga, kasi 3rd district, si Congressman Gloria is 2nd district, and is somebody very closely associated with her. Sabi ni Kong Jonat, si Congressman Aurelio Gonzales, also known as Dong Gonzales, is a close associate of GMA. But is from a different party. From what I understand, PDP laban po siya. So, ang nagsalita last night to explain the move ay itong si Congressman Gonzales, of course, at saka si Majority Leader, um, ang last name niya, si Congressman Manix. The last name will come to me. So, sila yung nag-announce na yung purpose nga daw ng pagpalit sa kanya bilang senior deputy speaker, balin yung second in command eh. Uh, yung pagpalit sa kanya was to unburden her of work. Now, for those of you with even a passing semblance ng radar, 'di ba, iisipin ninyo, wait, there's something off about this, 'di ba? Parang, is this going to happen? I mean, GMA is so closely associated with this administration, medyo nakakagulat. 'Di ba? Wala naman tayong naririnig na alitan, wala naman tayong naririnig na anything about that. So this kind of comes out of the blue. Ngayon, eto sabi ni Sir Francis, I thought biggest party sa Congress ay lakas CMD. It is. It is. It's the majority. But and coming in a close second, of course, PDP laban. And then may NPC pa, and then the Makabayan and so on. Uh, Hi kay Rando, kay Jamie, kay Sarah, Ma'am Ligaya, Ma'am Pinay. Listening mode daw muna kasi may sakit si Ma'am Pinay. Ma'am Pinay OFW, malagandang tanghali din po sa inyong lahat. Si Way I See It nandito, everlasting lang. Ma'am Emily, si Kuya Rhea nandito din po. Ay, Sir Joey, Ma'am Shoni, RG Chel, Lorna Pri, Cesar, Josel, Gerald, ay, si Eric andito. La Arnie, HK Joy, Jiku, Shariam. Uy, ang dami pala ninyo. Parang maubusan. Ma'am Bernarda, Ma'am Stormy, Burst TV. Okay. So, ah, medyo parang ang nakikita natin, out of the blue. Pero, what are the clues we pick up from the statements? To unburden her. Pag sinabing unburden her, parang sinasabi ng leadership sa House ngayon is, hindi kaya ni GMA. O sige, mag-deputy speaker ka lang kasi basically yung sinasabi nila, masyadong mabigat para sa'yo, pasa natin. Kasi kung ang purpose nila is to unburden her, to share the load, then hindi siya tatanggalin sa senior speaker. Bibigyan lang siya ng oh ma'am, baka what else do you need? Do you need help? Do you need anong pwede namin maitutulong sa inyo? So, that's not what happened. Instead, she was voted down. So, from senior deputy speaker to deputy speaker. Bakit? Why are you making why are we even discussing this? Why do we think this is important? Well, um, this de- this helps us understand the course ng yung pupuntahan ng Kongreso. Okay, eto, sabi ni RG Chel, baka magiging cabinet sec. Of course not. Pagka appoint mo ba sa mahalagang posisyon, papahiyain niyo yung tao? Pinahiya siya. Did you see her statement? She said it's the prerogative of the House. If it wasn't an insult to her, she would have said something like, thank you for helping me out. Thank you for for taking the time out to notice that I was burdened and so on, ganyan. Wala siyang ganon. Her statement, a single sentence. Yun lang, one sentence, it's the House prerogative. Kulang na lang ma-imagine niyo si GMA going, the House prerogative. Parang ganon. Matara yan, lola niya. So, it's hugely naive to say na hindi i-appoint siya. Kaya siya hindi ka tatanggalin pagka in-appoint ka. I-appoint ka, tapos bibigyan ka ng choice. Gusto mo umalis dyan or Pero hindi ka i-demote. Demotion yan. She is still a deputy speaker. Somebody, it she's still there. Kasi kung appointment yan, abay, inofera na siya, madam, you will be the next so-and-so secretary. Hindi siya tatanggalin ng House. Ba't siya tatanggalin? Bakit siya tatanggalin? At saka ang tinanggal lang sa kanya, posisyon from senior to to one of the 10 deputy na lang. 'Di ba? I don't think it's the China trip either. Bakit? Si Atty. Larry Gadon, no, nag-China din. Wala naman din. And there's no travel ban to China. Bakit naman? Bakit nyo naman iisipin yun? And also, I have not, unless I missed it, I have not seen PGMA make any statements or even say anything against the foreign policy of this administration. So, So, I really seriously would this abuse anybody's notion of imagining that she's going to be appointed. Unang-una, in all my interviews with former PGMA or Congressman GMA, she has always reiterated, kahit nung early in the administration, natanong namin yan, at do you want to be appointed? Or maybe you should be appointed kasi you're so good at this, ganyan, ganyan. You know what she said? I will not trade uh, my direct mandate to for a position where you are beholden to to a single person, to the power of the executive. 'Di ba? As congressman, meron siyang may mandato siya from the people. She cannot be fired. Okay? In the executive, she can. So, now, the clue also that in looking at her statement is, ooh, she feels the burn. She feels the So, I'm assuming that in the next few days, there will be somebody who will slip at may masasabi kung ano yung nangyari dito. Sabi ni Ma'am Grace, hindi siya dikit unlike KPRRD. I guess, siguro yung mali ko, this time I was thinking that she was close to this administration and so on. Nagtaka lang ako, bakit hindi siya yung speaker? Pero when she accepted the deputy speaker position, iniisip ko, all is well. Diba? Sabi ni Christopher, questionin nila ang pagpunta ni Senator Ontiveros sa Taiwan dahil may EO313 series of 1987. Have to check that. Sabi ni Mers, may something po yata dyan, attorney, kasi lagi po siya kasama ni PBBM at siya po ay yata ang silent advisor ng Pangulo, di po ba? Bakit ngayon ganyan nagtatanong? Bakit ngayon ganyan nagtatanong lang po? Can you please, okay, ito na lang ha, pagka nagtatanong kayo, huwag nyo nang sabihin nagtatanong lang po. Nakikita naman po namin yung question mark eh. So why do you have to say that? Nag-ano ba kayo? Natatakot ba kayo na mababatikos yung tanong ninyo? Hindi naman po ganon. But it's not necessary kasi parang ang lumalabas is nagiging trigger tuloy, nagmumukhang clue siya na hindi ka nagtatanong lang, 'di ba? Because it's so defensive. It's just a suggestion. Okay, kasama siya parati ni BBM and so on. Now, ako, kung malikot ang isip ninyo in view of all of this, it's also possible na kaya siya sinasama so that they know exactly where she is. 'Di ba? Posible 'yun. Hindi, of course they value her judgment. Of course, she's a very astute economist. Walang problema sa ganyan. Pero in view of this whole thing, ako iisipin ko, she wasn't in New York by the way. Iisipin ko na kaya siya sinasama is kasi hindi siya pwedeng iwan. Kasi ang iniisip ninyo is only from a singular point of view. So, that's one point of view na, mahal na mahal siya at pinagkakatiwalaan siya kaya parati siyang sinasama and her insights are valuable. Doon ako agree naman talaga ako. And that was also what I was thinking. Pero ngayon, and this is so sudden, something must have happened somewhere na hindi natin nakikita, di ba? Sabi ni Ma'am Esmeralda, I've heard that one of the best economists is PGMA apparently. Yes, but there are economists and there are economists. GMA is certainly a very astute one and she actually taught it. Ganon. Pero as with any economist, they have particular viewpoints. Uh, I still have to figure out kung ano yung alignment niya. Ang nakikita ko lang is she's a good economist and a very good politician. Sabi ni Kuya Reyes, she's very clever indeed. Hindi talaga mapagkakaila yon. So, but the other thing to consider is she's very clever, but it doesn't look like she expected this move. Diba? So, we have to see. We have to see. EO 1313 prohibiting Philippine government. Alam nyo, 1987 yan. Nagbago na ang diplomatic policy natin. I mean, I'm not a fan of Senator Ontiveros, but EO 1313 may no longer be applicable. By the way, there are certain issuances by the president such as some executive orders na pag hindi na yun yung presidente, it doesn't necessarily mean na yun pa rin ay in force and effect. So that has to be clarified. But the issuance in 1987 of an executive order preventing government officials from visiting Taiwan may no longer be applicable in view of the fact that post 1987 na-create yung Manila Economic and Cultural Office ng MECO. So we have to check on whether or not that will apply to Senator Hontiveros. Sabi ni Aken Sherina, politika syempre masyado na siyang malapit sa Pangulo, kailangan hilahin pababa sa Pangulo. Pwede, that's another angle, ano? Kasi baka hindi napasok sa mga agenda, kung ano man yun, ng bawat isa ang ginagawa ni GMA. Pwede, but we still have to figure out ano kaya, excuse me, ano kaya yon. Sobrang late na tayo, hindi ba kayang ano eh. Sabi ni Pao, PRRD speaks highly of her. I wonder kung ano opinion ni VP Inday. I think VP Inday will remain carefully away from these political plays. She's very careful about her alignments and simple lang siya. She maintains unity. So unity pa rin and she's firmly on the side of the president. Sabi ni Way I See It, di kaya may something na ipagagawa sa kanya si PBBM. Bakit niyo siya papahiyain? No, please take this into consideration. I'm not saying na invalid yung theory ninyo paggagawa sa kanya. But how will you get somebody to do a request if papahiyain niyo siya? Haven't you noticed her statement? It's the House prerogative. Walang palamuti like, oh, thank you to the House leadership, thank you to ganito, I am relieved of this, chuchu, ganyan. Look at her statement. Bakit walang ganon? And Mrs. Arroyo is almost always very, very careful about her words. Yung kung why would she, and the statement is official ha, she released it na kailangan bitiwan ng position. I get what you're saying. Some people really don't want to see other possibilities in this one. But ako, I strongly urge you to consider. There's more to it than meets the eye. And you have to look at the tone of her statement. Maano yung House leadership. Of course, si Majority Leader at saka si Kong Dong. At, parang pinapalabas na yun, tinutulungan nila si Madam kasi burden na nga. Sabi ni Sir Dennis, wala kasing regular press con ata si PBBM. No spokesperson kaya parating may haka-haka. Well, yeah. At hindi agad na-clarify ang mga haka-haka, more chismis bago lumala. Sabi ni Anthony Picar, yung statement niya na parang noted, mataray. Oo nga, no? Okay. So, yun. PBBM is always praising GMA. Sabi ni Eric, I don't think PBBM will do something that is against her nang walang mabigat na dahilan. That's why Kaya nga pala isipan nito, di ba, na wala tayong nakikita before this. Parang everything is below the surface. Although to be fair, si PGMA naman is also the type of person na she will never let her feelings show. So for instance, she has to meet up with politicians whom she doesn't work well with, or possibly you'll never know, because she will always be nice, she will always be civil. And that's a consummate politician, di ba? On the other hand, para sa akin, for the House to move in such a manner and to risk the the the, the ire of someone like GMA, they must have, para sa akin, there must be a good reason, or at least a heavy, tama si ano, mabigat na dahilan. So tingnan natin. ah Sabi ni Mers, baka naman may iba pang kamay na kumukumpas dyan, at baka maging sagabal na siya sa mga plano soon. Yes, but I don't see any of that. Kahit hindi magsalita si GMA, sa mata pa lang kita mo nang dismayado siya. There's some people who are saying na hindi siya ngumingiti doon sa mga sa mga trips when she's with the PBBM. In her official photos with the president, she's always very civil, very nakangiti and all that. So, para sa akin, kasi yun na nga that's why I've thought that she's always had a good working relationship with the president. Wala talaga akong hihinalain dyan. So, this comes nga as a surprise. Pero, merong mga nagsasabing na in the course of things, parang hindi masaya si GMA. Parang ganon. Sabi ni Stormy, any connection po sa Dilima Acquittal? Well, I don't see any evidence of that eh. I'm sticking to, well, first, it must be, para sa akin it might have something to do with the house. Kasi, house ang gumalaw eh. And, the president, he's the type na if there's an issue and you're a friend, mag-uusap siya, makikipag-usap siya and all that. Now this one, it smells like a disciplinary measure. Kasi alam niya naman si speaker, 'di ba? You saw how he reacted with Teves, that he was very firm dun sa ni Teves. So, and in that one with the way the speaker dealt with Kong Teves, nakikita niya decisive, and pinapauwi siya. Simple lang. Decisive for the good of the house, for the ends of justice, and then of course for the public interest. So nakikita niyo yung galaw doon. Dito hindi masyadong maliwanag, but it is still very classic nip it in the bud sort of action. Uh, oh my gosh, sabi ni John Paul, Iloilo Representative Lawrence Nonoy Defensor from NUP filed the motion to elect new senior deputy speaker. Akakamping. Ha! Ha! Oh! Yun po bang senior deputy speaker parang senior associate justice? Then sabi ni Sir Francis, it's not facetious. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Ang senior deputy, seryoso yan. You have more responsibilities. Ikaw talaga yung vice. So, yung senior associate justice, I know where you're coming from. And it's not funny. Well, it's not like that. Because seriously, you don't, ako, I've seen the 9 years of the Gloria Arroyo presidency. And during that time, I was anti-Gloria. Of course, I was counsel for years. So, it was a natural political position to take. After that, medyo, because of her ability to turn all of things into a victory for herself, kumbaga, I wouldn't consider it that facetious. Sabi ni Palayo Chronicles, ganyan naman lagi tono at mukha ni GMA. Don't read too much into it. Says who? Ha? Says who? Okay? And why give me advice into reading into it? I don't even have to read her face. All I have to do is read her statement. So kahit di na, sabi ni Palayo, kahit di naman masaya si GMA, so kongresista lang siya. She doesn't run the country. And yet, the House moved. We're talking about what? 200 plus congressmen? They actually moved. You know how difficult it is to get everybody to agree on a certain action. That's why plenaries can sometimes take so long. That takes political will, political capital to get people together and then vote. Of course, may session na, no? Walang issue with that one. But to move this way, there's something there. It's not that, I would not dismiss this very easily. If you want to, that's okay. You don't have to believe us. Sabi ni Jamie Moore, parang intriga, might be somebody na nag-feed na hindi maganda kay PBBM against PGMA. Ako kasi, I won't automatically consider it PBBM. Although I would think that he knows about it. He knew about it happening. Kasi house ang gumalaw eh. Sabi ni Nowhere, di ba parang last week lang nag-post ang Inquirer na dalawa na lang daw ang kumukontra sa pagpapalaya kay Dilima, si GMA and PRRD daw. Oh, I did not see that. That's interesting. Sabi ni Eric, is it possible na move lang ito ng house at walang kinalaman si PBBM dito? Well, I'm leaning towards that. Pero magpinsan kasi si PBBM at saka si House Speaker. So, and knowing that the Speaker is constantly in communication with his cousin, they're always together kapag nag-travel si Presidente, at the very least, he knew about it. I think that's the best that we can, think is that he knew about it. Tingin ko kasi kay PBBM, di siya nakikialam sa legislative at judiciary. So naman, hindi naman pwede. Pakikialam, of course, he won't do that. He won't tell Speaker Martin Romualdez how to run the House. Pero kailangan niya makipag-ugnayan sa Kongreso kasi he needs legislative action to fulfill his vision for the country. So, imposible rin na papabayaan niya. Ang judiciary, hindi talaga pinakikialaman yan. Pero there's still liaison work that is being done with the judiciary. Not necessarily to get outcomes for cases, but certainly so that the court will understand the context of why some cases are filed, etc. Hi kay Amadito Morante, nasa London siya. Dapat cancelin nila yung Philippine passport niya para maging unwanted personnel siya. Kung nasa, you're talking about Teves. Okay. Pinagplanuhan si GMA sa house kasi palagi siyang wala, like what the house did to Teves. Well, that's another interesting take. Sabi ni Puff Uncle, additional content ni na Maharlika connect na naman kay FLM. No need ang evidence, just common sense daw. Alam mo, hindi rin ako makikipag-away sa mga with people who wala naman tayong issues with them. But that's an interesting thing that you're pointing out. Sabi ni Facebook user, imposibleng walang alam si PBBM. This is the second attack on GMA. Talaga, ano yung first? Yung hindi siya naging speaker. Pwede. Sabi ni Erwin Martinez, loko-loko, kailangan pa rin ng intensive coordination sa legislative. Masyado kayong nanonood ng nakarambola. Sabi ni Bob, kasama din naman lagi ni PBBM si Kong Gloria. Yes, but didn't you hear the earlier discussion? Yan yung sinasabi natin. Bakit siya kasama? Now, one could be because he values her judgment, values her advice, etc. Or the other could be so that he knows where she is. Okay? Diba? Oh, uh, have you ever heard of the saying that you don't turn your back on a certain person? Hindi ibig sabihin na wag mong tatalikuran na as a snub, but actually that you should watch your back with certain people. So, para sa akin, that's one thing, di ba? That's it. I want to know what she's doing. I want to know where she is. That's another way of looking at it. I'm just looking at all the possible scenarios here kasi medyo this caught us off guard. Hi, dun sa mga nanonood sa atin sa Luminous Group. Magandang tanghali po. Hi kay Bench McNabs, Vermelina Frange. Sabi ni Ma'am Vermelina, Agenda 2028. Paki-elaborate po. Sabi ni Pao, takot siguro sila kasi sa last na impeachment, si GMA ang pumalit kay Erap. Baka takot sila na i-push ni PGMA na hindi po na-impeach na-impeach siya sa House. Oo. At ipalit si VP Sara, well thought lang. But would Inday ever? Diba? I mean, ewan ko, ako, kasi masyadong strong yung pag ni Vice kay Presidente na it doesn't seem to me that, I could be wrong um, that she would go, hindi siya sasakay sa ganyan. And how can you do that? Paano magpaplano ang ibang tao in favor of somebody else kung hindi pabor yung beneficiary, di ba? Sabi ni Sir Francis, watching the session of Congress, absent pala si GMA at yung pinalit. So, lakas PMD din nag-alis kay GMA. Sa akin, if she knew already, hindi talaga siya pupunta. Baka natunugan na niya na something's going to happen. Kasi kung present siya, that would have been even more humiliating, di ba? Sabi ni Ruel, malapit ng eleksyon, kanya-kanya ng diskarte, parang chess, gusto mag-checkmate ang kalaban. Pwede. Um, dahil magagandang comments. Sabi ni Jamie, may interesado sa posisyon ni PGMA. Pwede din. Pero kasi nga si Kong Dong is a close associate or was a close associate of GMA. Sabi ni way I see it means one big less support now for PBBM in Congress. Mr. Francis Sobrevega, in competition, it's hard not to be with your enemy because you need to know the enemy's move. Yes. Which for me, kaya nga, if ang purpose ng pagsama ni PBBM kay CGMA sa mga trips niya is, how do you call this? Is to keep her within, kung nakikita niya kung nasan siya, then that was a brilliant move. Diba? Para sa akin, kung naisip ni Presidente, sasama natin if they were suspecting something, tapos sinasama niya ng sinasama, that was an excellent move. It would have, everybody's guard was down, except for the president. That's one way of looking at it, diba? Sabi ni Paul, kaya nga yung mga nag-iisip ng let VP Sara lead, bakit di nyo muna itanong sa kanya if gusto niya? Di naman siya atat maging presidente tulad ng iba dyan. Taga-Senado ba? Loka lang. Well, yun na nga. Ako seriously doubt that VP and I would go along with any plans like that. Puro na badilawan ipapasok sa government kaya pinaalis si GMA. So Kongreso po siya eh. So ang mga chismis puro nandun sa executive. So medyo hindi naman siguro. Hindi naman siguro. But, alam mo naman ang nangyayari ngayon. Hindi natin kung isa po si GMA sa pagkontra sa paglayan ni Delima, bawasan ng power dahil one more to go out na po si Delima. Baka isa po yan sa dahilan. Ano naman ang papakialam ni CGMA sa kaso? Hindi naman siya interested party. She's only expressing an opinion. Pero, like I said, I'm not this guy. Ang ginagawa ko lang is, nagko-provide lang ako ng counter to your arguments, but that doesn't necessarily mean kayo tama. Kasi right now, we have no, ang tinitignan natin talaga is the tone of the exchanges of the statements. Sabi ni Mers, kung isa po nasaan ba Kala ko ba team, sabi ni unti-unti na nawawala. Hoy, matatag pa rin si VP Inday at saka si President BBM. Sabi ni Nowhere, baka dahil ko kontrahin ni GMA ang pag-appoint kay Mar if ever. Wala naman sa CA si GMA. She's not a member of the Commission on Appointments. Sabi ni Stormy, wag po sanang ismolin si GMA. Yeah, I saw what you did there. Jackson is watching from Malaysia. So, di ba, ako, I think this is actually interesting what's going on. Sabi ni Ma'am John, bakit pumayag si Romualdez na palitan honorary chairman si GMA ng Lakas CMD? I don't know. Diba? But we don't also know if, kasi I don't think the speaker was in the house last night. So that's also telling bakit wala siya doon. Joe Philhunio says, hindi kaya strategy ni PBBM ang ng mga dilawan para masabi unified ang politics sa atin. Hindi sila perform well, pwedeng dahilan na they've been given chances to handle office naman. Ako wala akong issue with that one. And that sounds good because, the President Duterte did that with the insurgency, with the Makabayan Bloc and all that. Meron mo ng offer, may olive branch, di ba? Sige, let's see how you work. Para rin magka-peace. Ang hinahanap niya doon isn't a political detente. Kumbaga parang quieting. It was more so that he could dismantle the CPP-NPA by getting them to be part of government and therefore they would lay down their arms. Dito, assuming na totoo hindi ko pa naman po nakikita yon. Kaya hindi ako kasama sa mga discussions about na ma-appoint daw si Mar and so on. I don't participate in that because I don't see yet yung mga na-appoint na allegedly dilaw. So, pero I don't think it's the same as what Duterte had done with the communists. He wanted peace. It was a peace move. Dito, political consolidation yata ang sinasabi ninyo. Well, for me, that's on paper, it's good strategy. Pero what about the people? Wouldn't there be some kind of backlash? Sabi ni Jamie, I understand na ayaw ni PGMA kay Delima. Remember, si Delima ang nagpakulong kay PGMA. Oo nga, Pinahuli si PGMA sa airport kahit walang warrant of arrest, naka-neck brace pa siya noon at gustong magpagamot. Not that, sinuway ni Secretary De Lima Yung order ng Supreme Court, may TRO eh. Breaking, thanks to DFA and DMW sa bilateral meeting with Kuwait, sabi ni Sir Francis, uh, waiting for fruitful resolve. Ano, okay na? Nilift na ba yung ban? Please tell me na-lift na yung ban. Sabi ni Stormy, anticipated po ba ni GMA na ma-demote siya? Well, she was not present, so my guess is yeah. Sabi ni Christopher, napakalayo yata ng restaurant. Sabi niyo, nagpakagutom ka kanina sa Karambola. Ang layo nga. Bakit sinabi ko bang malapit? Bakit nagdududa kayo kung saan ako pumupunta? Mamaya papakita ko yung pictures. Sabi ni Ophirian, gawin na lang si PGMA na NEDA secretary, mas okay yun. But like I said, PGMA currently has a direct mandate from the people. If merong ganitong politics, why would she join the executive? Sabi ni Roy, sana na-lift na po yung ban kahit ibigay na po natin sa kanila si Tulfo. Hehe, kanila na. Bakit kayo ganyan kay Senator Raffy Tulfo? I don't understand. Tama na yung pagkukunwari. Pero I hope na ano, and I don't doubt, grabe yung efforts ni Sec Toots. Minsan nag-worry ako dyan sa kanya because she's always very hardworking. She's always off on somebody's may issue, may ganito, may nako, Diyos ko na I'm so glad, PBBM couldn't have chosen a better DMW other than Sec Toots talaga. Plus she's so kind-hearted. Wala talaga kayong masasabi tungkol sa concern niya, sa ability niya, at saka yung genuine service niya. Sabi ni Pao, sana si Sentulfo na lang pinadala doon para makita natin yung tabang. Sabi ni Sir Francis, wala pa pong update kung na-lift na ang ban. Waiting po yung mga OFW, lalo na mga gustong umuwi sa comment section. Alam mo, ako I'm really worried dun sa mga kababayan natin na either hindi makabalik or hindi makalabas. Naku Sir Pao, pag si Tulfo pinadala doon, magke-credit grab na naman yun sa mga doon. Uy, grabe kayo. So, ayun. Ito, sabi ni Jamie, knowing Sec Toots is a cancer survivor, I hope she stays well. Well, she's, yun nga, I always pray for her every day na she stays healthy because she's so far, for me, one of the best performing cabinet secretaries right now. Sabi ni Stormy, sigurado po na hurt si GM. Don't doubt na magre-retaliate siya. Small but terrible po yan. Like I said, it's very dangerous to turn your back on GMA. So, sabi ni at Austin, madami pa rin nagpauto kay Tulfo kaya nasa alam mo, we can't, it's really, trabaho na natin yan, obligasyon na natin na i-uplift ang kaalaman ng taong bayan pagdating sa eleksyon. Sabi ni Ma'am Flor, feeling kasi ni Senator Tulfo ay nasa wanted sa radyo siya. Sana hindi popularity ang basehan ng pagboto sa 2025 at 2028. So ngayon pa lang, dapat wino-warning na natin yung mga tao na let's make intelligent choices. Pero ang hirap rin kasi pag hindi natin nakikita kung sino yung mga kandidato eh. Sabi ni Topsy, sana si Sir Tulfo na lang para multiple birds with one stone sa immigration palang bid. Brage, saan nanggagaling ang mga sarcasm ninyo na yan? Sabi ni Sir Francis, speaking of Tulfo, since it was mentioned, sometimes I do not agree with what he's doing, but there are instances that it's okay. Well, all the time, ay sablay talaga. Sabi ni Erwin, nakaka-worry nga si Seth Toots kasi ang stress nakakababa ng immune system. Sana okay pa rin health niya. So far, so good daw po. Sabi ni Richard Araw, hindi interesting ang Senate kung wala si Senator Tulfo. Alam mo, I can take a boring Senate as long as the laws get passed and the grandstanding is kept to a minimum. Sabi ni Bella, masipag din po si Arnel Ignacio. Oy, oo. Oo, si ano. Ay, kay Boss Arnel, sana mano. So, pagdadasal din po natin si sila lahat ng tumutulong sa ating OFWs. Hindi po biro ang trabaho na yun. Parang ang feeling ko 24/7 yun lang ginagawa nila. Sabi ni Sir Francis, tapos kung awayin ni Tulfo si Sectoots, inaway niya? Bagong ahensya lang naman ng DMW, hindi pa nasettle ang lahat. Uy, totoo yan. Sabi ni Pab Kento, bakit ayaw niyo po kay Tulfo? Sinong tinatanong niyo? Ako ba? I have no dog in that race. Di ba sinasabi ko nga, bakit kayo ganyan? Sabi ni Roger, don't worry about Tulfo sa 2028, tiyak sabit ang citizenship issue niyan. Do you think walang mag-file ng DQ niyan? Bakit? May basis ba for a DQ? You can file a DQ but only if there's a basis. Sabi ni Austin, di po kaya lumakas muli ang lobby ng ABS para makabalik sa kanila ang franchise nila ngayong power si Presidente Gloria sa Congress. I still have to check kung ano yung stand ni si GMA dyan. Sabi ni Anisa, si Tulfo may sariling batas. Sabi ni Batman, need ni Tulfo hindi doktor kundi pare. Grabe kayo. Ano na lang, i-criticize ninyo yung actions, yung policy and all that. Huwag naman tayo ma-personal. Sabi ni Emil, ngayon wish granted si Tulfo na gustong yan. Totally ba ng Kuwait? Ngayon matutulungan ba niya ang mga OFWs na di matutuloy sa Kuwait? Huwag kasi padalos-dalos. Ay. Sabi ni Mandy, convicted si T, di ba? Opo. Wala pa ring action sa immigrations about sa offload issue? No, wala pa po. Marami silang press releases on other issues. Sabi ni Gretchen, convicted nga siya sa libel case niya, pero tahimik lang COMELEC nung nag-file siya ng COC. Sabi ni Stormy, do you consider na wrong move ang pag-demote kay GMA? Bakit ginawa po kaya ni PBBM yan? Hindi po si PBBM. Alam nyo, until we know, we only know that PBBM probably knew what was going to happen. But I'm not sure yet if we can say na involved siya. Diba? So, wag naman natin sabihin na si PBBM ang gumawa. We know it is the House. So, ang tanong is, what caused it? Yun yung palaisipan. Buti hindi pumunta ang mga Kuwaiti sa Rafi Tulfo in action para ireklamo si Tulfo. Lapit na ba? Okay. Malapit na kami. So, last few questions. Sabi ni Joe Phil, si Senator Tulfo po kasi kung makapag-interpret mga batas talo pa niya yung mga pumasa sa bar exam. Sabi ni Shoni, patulfo po si Rafi Tulfo ng mga affected OFWs para magbigay ayuda. Sabihin nyo kasi kung ba ano yung hindi nyo ina-agreean kay Senator Tulfo. So, meron mga nagsabi, yung mga tungkol sa yung ano ba to? Kakasuhan ng reclusion perpetua, yung mga ganon. But, ayun, sa mga nagtatanong, yes po, as far as we know, di ba may existing libel case, na convict siya of a libel case, at inuphold na po ng Korte Suprema yon. So, 5 years from conviction, hindi na siya qualified dapat. So, ang problema is, I don't think anybody filed the case with the Senate Electoral Tribunal. So, sabi ni Shoni, Mr. Know-It-All. Sabi ni Mandy, lawless na lawmaker. Ito na ba? Malapit na ba tayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumubaybay sa live natin ngayon. Abangan natin tong issue ni PGMA. Baka mamaya magla-live uli ako kasi mahaba ang biyahe pabalik. So, live ako ulit on the way back. Pagkatapos, pag nakakain na ako, kasi feeling ko payat ako ngayon eh. So, kailangan kumain. So, I will see you again baka in a few hours. And sana masarap yung food. Thank you very much, everybody. Ayun, anong sabi ni Richard? May statement na po ba si Inday VP about KCGMA? If wala, hinga lang. It's just the house. Oh, well, si Ma'am Inday will not issue. Why would she need to issue a statement? Eh, hindi naman siya member ng house. Diba? And it doesn't deal, she's the concurrent secretary of education. And so medyo malayo sa bituka. I doubt if she will issue a statement. So, anong update sa 99% case ni Remulla? Kakafile pa lang po ng NBI. Kayo naman. Pero sige, pag-usapan natin yan when we get back. Siguro in a couple of hours. I hope masarap yung food. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you later. Thank you for everybody who sent stars and super chat, super sticker, and for liking and sharing. Para dun sa hindi pa po nagsusubscribe, don't forget, follow Trixie Cruz-Angeles na page at saka yung aming YouTube channel, Luminous. Thank you very much. May TikTok po rin ako, Luminous TCA. See you later!